Hello, hello. Just going to give it a while, see if anybody pops over here. Let me update one of the teams we've got here. PQ River. Got to ask him. I think his name was. Get PQ River in here. Hey, hey, Big Clue. Trying to match up some of our. Do you remember, Big Clue, what was PQ River's city name? I know it was the Sentimentals. I can't think what his team name was. It's escaping me now. And the live chat's gone from Beatles broadcast. So if you could type it in here, I'll get him updated. I just threw a logo together, and I know we're going to go with 1921 Polo Grounds. Something the Sentimentals. The World's Worst Gamer will know when he pops in. Something Sentimentals. I can't remember the city. World's Worst Gamer. If you can remember, what was Clinton's name? God, was it Black Hills? Something out west. Heck, can't remember what it was. Anyway, let's save this. I know he wanted 1921 Polo Grounds, and sometimes I forget what the years are for the different versions. So we go to Polo Grounds. Yeah, what five will work. So we're going to go to Polo Grounds 5. Going to get to see Aaron Reed in action tonight. Let's get Polo Grounds 5. And we're going to assign team to park. Yes. We're going to go to 1921. Team to year, not players. And national. Yeah, we're good. So now if somebody can, yeah, world's worst game. And I registered. I thought, what is the name of that? Um, and when I went back to look at that in Beatles chat, you know how the live stream, well, the live chat's there, but it takes a while for it to process. So it won't show for many hours. So, and he said he was going to drop it in a message. So let's see if I got a direct message. Yep. Let's see. Just checking my messages, see if I have anything. I don't. So, hey, we'll go with the Sentimentals and it'll be PQ River for now. So we've got him set up with a park. I'm thinking we'll go a little darker so this shows up a little bit better in the foreground. Da, da, da. There we go. Mm-hmm. find a little darker orange here to go with for the third color. Anyway, I like the McRibs. Yeah, I kind of had some fun with that one. So we've got him set up. I think tonight's game, I was able to import the game from Beatles. So if we go to scheduled game here, let's take a peek at what we've got going on. We should see that we've just got one left tonight to get everybody through. And yep, we've got the PQ Rivers at Lexington. And you know what? Before we do this, we have got to set up Lexington in a ballpark. I don't have a ballpark photo for Eclipse Field. So what I'm going to do, just so it looks nice, is for visuals tonight, I'm going to set up Eclipse Field in Kentucky. Because we want it to look nice. And we can see here, I think it's 1899. That's the year we're going to be using. And let's use, because I like my polo grounds. Oh, great, world's worst. Thanks. Yeah, PQ can pop in. That'd be great. He can remind us of the name. It just slipped me. And I think just for fun, I like the way Polo Grounds looks. So we'll just select Polo Grounds right here so we can have a nice field backdrop. But we'll be playing in 1899 Eclipse Ballpark in Louisville, Kentucky. And I think we should be good. Maybe I'll give it a second. Let's give it a second here and see if they show up. It was something Western. Like, what the heck was it? The Badlands? Death Valley? Shit, I don't know. Reno. I had Albuquerque as my team name and changed it to Detroit. Kept the Coyote logo though. So it's like a baseball day that we don't want to end. You should have seen the expression on my wife's face when she goes, "Are you going to bed?" I go, "No, I'm heading to hang out with the baseball geek squad." And she just smiled and went to bed. So big clue or Beatles, do you remember what? Hey, Aaron. Hey, 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 we're going to see your game in action, buddy. If Aaron and Beatles, if you remember what PQ River wanted his city to be, I know it's the Sentimentals, but I couldn't remember. It's like some desert um, themed out west or something like that. So I'm sitting here trying to get that set up now. The other thing for PQ River, we'll change that, right? Is I was hoping he could tell me, and we're something about the Badlands. Yes, Aaron, it was something like the Badlands Sentimentals or something like that. Maybe I'll just call it as a placeholder for his abbreviation will just be BAD. So we're okay on that. The other thing we don't have for folks, if we can just get in Discord, those of you that haven't selected which five you're going to have inactive, it doesn't really matter these first few games while we're getting the Sentimental Badlands. Yeah, I think it's Badlands Sentimentals. So this will work for tonight. But some of the teams, he doesn't have those. Aaron, if you want to let us know also, oh, you're Lexington. I got you right over here. Same thing with you as well, Aaron. Which of your five on your team you would like to start on the in the minor leagues or on your inactive roster? That way we've got our 25 identified. And as we go through this kind of week by week, when there's injuries or call-ups, we can figure out what kind of cadence we want to have for that. So the picture I'm going to use, because I don't have a picture of Eclipse Park for Aaron, So I'm going to get one of those created. I'll get that done here the next day or so. But in the meantime, I'm just going to use the picture for the polo grounds because I think people really like this. So Aaron's like, I don't know who to deactivate. Well, let's look at your team. I can tell you. I know one offhand, Deion Sanders, but it's not my team. If we sorted it by lowest batting average, that would be Deion with his 173 average. Um, maybe Pop Shriver as a third string catcher. Um, maybe we could help him out. You've already got Kendall and Steinbach, who are much better catchers, so that would be one we could say over here. Shriver, Harley. Let us know if we can deactivate Dion, or if you want him active, we can keep him there. It might be we deactivate players that we've never heard their names before. Maybe Clue could. Yep. Pop. I'm thinking who else has low. Let's look at your pitchers. You got some deep pitchers. We could take the lefty Jim Brillhart with a 1.6 whip. I'm going to make a command decision in your favor and deactivate him. We'll leave Dion in there. I'm trying to think if there's another pitcher here that has a really bad whip. Bagby's not great. Let's look at your batters here. OPS. This is your weakest hitters. Um, what's going on with this guy? Oh, Chief Johnson. He's a good pitcher, so that's why his batting's not so great. We have Buck Jordan. We'll keep him in there. And we need one more. Buck Jordan may be a good pinch hitter for you. I think who else is up here. Old Haas is in there. I want to shut down Dion so bad for you, Aaron, but he's got to be on your team in case you need a pinch runner. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got we could probably take your next highest whip, which is Bagby, and shut him down because everybody else they give you 11 pitchers all better. So I think we'll do that. We can always change that later, but that gets you legal with a 25-man roster. And let's take a look at PQ River. Maybe we can just do a community decision here. Let's take a look at PQ. Lowest OPS, his weakest hitters, Doc White. Is he a pitcher? Uh, this is a. Okay, I see two prime targets here. Doc White, the husband of Mr. Baldwin, Lady Baldwin. Those are prime candidates. He needs a second catcher, so we don't want to mess with that. He's actually got three catchers. He's got Jorge Posada, which is a great one, and Ellie Hendricks and Bertie Tebbetts. Yeah. See if there's any other candidates here. On the pitching, oh, that's why he's a pitcher. Um, he doesn't have that many pitchers, so let's make those active again. Everybody's tuned in to watch me. Exactly. And you've got it, Aaron. He'll be in there for you. So let's take a look at a bunch of these folks here. Help me out, Big Clue and group. Um, he's got good OPS on this team, but these are the lowest ones. Valdez can play a lot. Joe Pepitone, a 10 at first base. I'm just trying to think who. Steen gets shut down. Okay. Um, let's look at it this way. Here's catchers. Maybe I'll scroll it by. We can see depth at catcher. He's got Tebbets, Posada, Ellie Hendricks. Don't know if he needs three. Posada's a switch hitter, and he's got Bertie Tebbets. I don't see Ellie Hendricks that great with a 242 average. So I would vote why carry three catchers. Um, Joey Gallo, Giambi. Let's see here. First baseman. He's got a lot of those. He's got Pepitone, Giambi, and Gallo. Okay. Second baseman. He's got Virgilio Valdez and Jerry Pretty and Willie Randolph. I might vote for, since Valdez can play so many positions and Randolph will probably start, I'd say we shut Pretty down. And Togi Hoagie. Togi Pittenger. So we just got to shut one more down. Trying to think who would be outfield. Got Jordan Alvarez. Uh, Dave Henderson right here with the 220 average, 20 home runs. I think that's the candidate right here with the guys he's got on this team. I think we got it. We're ready to start this game. So you guys give me a thumbs up if you're ready for some late night baseball, although it's only 10:12 for me. So we are ready for some baseball. Do you think Pepitone? Let's go back and take a look at that. Okay, two thumbs up. I just thought Pepitone might be. Who am I looking at again? Oh, the Badlands guy. I just thought Pepitone only because he's a great glove at first and a lefty bat, but it's got Giambi and Gallo. What's with Joey Gallo and a 209 average? Maybe that's the guy that we shut down. Yeah, I think we're good. We'll go with this. We'll play some fire. So here we go. I think we're set to go. Let's go back to that schedule and let's have some fun. We've got this game to play. Um, what I'll do here is, since we've got, I think I may control PQ Rivers' team since he's not here if you want, and I can have World's Worst Gamer chime in and consult the group. And we've got Aaron Reed here to chime in on his team as well. Let's go and play this, see what we got. Let's get these lineups set. If we go to Badlands, let's load up lineup. Well, let's see what the pitcher's going to say. Aaron Reed of the Lexington Legends, who is your starting pitcher going to be? Your rotation tabs has old Hoss Radborn as your top guy. Do you want to go with him tonight? Definitely looks like he's your best right there, with a starting pitcher by far with under a 1 whip. So he can start 73 games, by the way. You got it. I'm going to go with that. We'll go with that world's worst. I think that's the one he wants, right? So let's go back to lineup. Let's take that. Let's see who. Well, let me go back here. I got to put his pitcher in. So let's get old Hoss Radburn in there for you, Aaron. And let's go for his rotation says it's going to be Ralph Terry. Interesting. But look at Ralph Terry's whip. Really good for the starting pitchers. It's really low. He's also got Cyclone Joe Williams as a fifth starter. And let's change this. I'm going to, well, that's kind of interesting. 73 games, yeah. So who do we think we're going to start for PQ River? We'll go with Ralph Terry or Cyclone Joe Williams. Okay. So if this is the one you're talking about, World's Worst, we're going to roll with that right there. So Terry's going to go first. Away we go. Now let's load his lineup versus right. And ooh, it's got holes in it. So we're going to have to get this assembled. So let's go versus right and say, computer, anybody see anything that causes us pain? I'll look at versus right-handed batter OPS and scroll it down this way. And this gives us everybody that's in the lineup that has some of the strength there. That looks like a hell of a team if you've got Darryl Strawberry batting eighth. Wow. If you've got it, spit it out, World's Worst, because I think I would move some people around here. Probably move Strawberry up where Posada's at. Eddie Matthews is there. That's a tough. That's a tough team, and he's got Ty Cobb on the bench and Ginger Beaumont starting. So I'll give it a minute here, see if World's Worst wants to chime in. Does he want? Let's go view the opponent and get that one set up. Versus righties, here is the one for Aaron. So Aaron Reed's got this lineup in here. We got Cy Seymour leading off. We've got Dusty Miller, who's up there. We've got Buck Jordan at first base. His pitcher, Lady Baldwin or Joe Williams. Cool. I will get that for you. Thanks, Worlds. So we're going to go, let's bring in Joe Williams. So we're going to go with Ty Cobb. We're going to go here with we got Cobb in center. Oh, we got Cobb. Maybe Cobb will DH, right? Because he's only playing one position, or he's playing right field. Oh, that's all right. He's in right field. That's a great move. Then he's got Beaumont in center field. We got Eddie Matthews. Just sort it by average, probably find him quicker. Eddie Matthews at third base. We got the Bambino. We've got Posada, Yordan Alvarez in the left field, Giambi and Valdez, and Rogelio Valdez, and Willie Randolph. So it's a matter of who is our, so Ruth, who is our shortstop would be Valdez. He's a 9. That means Ruth, I think we're going to DH Ruth because Alvarez, we could Ruth at DH, perfect. So we got it set. And what I'm going to do, just so I have it here, is called save this lineup versus right. So that's ready to go. All right, so Joe Williams against Haas Radborn. So we get over here to Aaron's team. What do we see here for Aaron? Cycle it by batting average here. Looks like some of his best batters are in. Interestingly enough, let me see if I've got to get a different Buck Jordan we've got in here. me take a look at Buck Jordan. This might be a Dale Alexander situation where we have no 1932. It's just Buck Jordan. He just doesn't play a lot of games, so I wanted to make sure I didn't have that find the combined version of him. We got Buck Jordan in the game at first base. Lance Berkman in left. Catcher is Kendall. Lou Whitaker, Willie Cam. Why Lance Berkman with 30 home runs is at the bottom of the lineup? I think we got to move him up, or do we just leave him there? It's killing me in my insides right now. Yeah, Glenn Hubbard at second base. Well, he's got Lou Whitaker. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got you. I'm going to bring Berkman up. He should have got 30 home runs. He should be batting cleanup with the home run power. Molitor can be up there uh, as well. Where's Miller at? Zach Cozart here. Kendall's the catcher. Give me a thumbs up here if you're ready, Aaron Reed. So we got this batting order for you. You got Cy Seymour, Dusty Miller, Alan Trammell, Lance Berkman, Paul Molitor, Lou Whitaker, Willie Cam, Buck Jordan, and Kendall catching. And you have Old Hoss Radbourn on the mound. Thumbs up from Aaron. Let's get after it. So here we are. Again, opening day at Eclipse Park in Kentucky. I've just got this visual of Polo Grounds because I'm going to create a nice one for
play ball.
Aaron. We've got the 173 batting Deion Sanders in reserve, world's worst, just in case Aaron needs that lift in the game or a key hit or a steal. And like he's saying, Molitor and Sanders can DH roles time to time. Either one come off the bench. Good to know. So we've got what in the heck is going on here with this display and park layout? What in the world is going on here? Let me put the Giga one in. Maybe I've got a different display. Let's see if I can get this one right. I think I've got one that had all the markers set up perfect. Bear with me. It's got to look good. I needed to put the one that's all set up, which is the Giga. And there we go. Now it knows where those fielders should be. And here we are at the Polo Grounds. And away we go. So first pitch of the game. PPQ better win or I owe him, right? So I'll be using the computer play call button here until we get some action or we need some help. And there's the first pitch hit by Cobb out to left field to Lance Berkman for the out. So we got one away. Old Hoss Radbourn, a guy that can throw a ton, and he can throw almost every other day. So here's a pitch to Ginger Beaumont. Beaumont sends this one out to right field. Dusty Miller tracking it down. And his dashing old era ball cap makes the catch. So got two away. Eddie Matthews, Hall of Famer, great third baseman with some good power. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like these cards because a couple of years ago when I said I just spent so much time, I'm like, man, the game looks so much better if you get a good ballpark image, and I just find it so immersive. I've just fired it out of the box and just let the labels run around and done some replays, but I'm just really happy with the window dressing, the bells and whistles. It just makes the immersion a little bit better. So we got two out. Eddie Matthews on first, and the Bambino with the first at bat in the Howie Shanks League. So you know what I'm going to do? Let's just let the computer roll this right now. Here's the pitch. Ruth sends this one out to right field. Miller chasing back. He's got room. Makes the catch on the warning track, and that's the end of the inning. So Badlands 0, and here comes Lexington, the legends of Lexington, Kentucky. And Cyclone Joe Williams on the mound, great Negro League pitcher. Cy Seymour steps in, and he pops one up in the infield. Willie Randolph waiting for that slow fly ball to come down, and he makes the catch. And Dusty Miller stepping in. He swings, sends this out to center field. Ginger Beaumont playing center today. Ooh, look at that. He's back where in that little crevice back there, the deepest part of the ballpark, and makes the catch. So we've got two away. And here's the 1987 version of Alan Trammell, the first round draft pick in our league for Big Clue. He let him get away in a trade. And Trammell walks. Got Trammell aboard, two out. And here's Lance Berkman. This is the power hitter for this club, for Aaron's team. Here's the pitch. Berkman sends this one on the ground to Randolph. Should be an easy play. It is. And we're through one complete. Stepping up is the catcher, Jorge Posada. Old Hoss on the mound. Posada sends this one to the outfield. Berkman, it's like a routine fly ball, and he does make the catch for an out. Yordan Alvarez stepping to the plate. Big hitter. What year? Let's take a look at his card. This is last year's Yordan Alvarez for the Sentimentals. In fact, let's take a look at that card again and see what his OPS plus looks like. Ah, 177, so it's a good card. Old Hoss Radburn delivers. Yordan Alvarez sends this one out to right field. Straight to Miller, who makes the catch. And we have two out. Here's Jason Giambi, known as Giambino, I think. Yes, Giambino. 122 OPS. Old Hoss Radburn delivers. Giambi draws a walk on 4 straight pitches. Regilio Valdez steps in. Pitch. Pops it up. Looks like he'll stay in the infield. Trammell an 8 rated range at short over there. It looks like he's waiting and waiting for the ball, and he makes that catch. And we are now coming up into the bottom of the second, and here is Paul Molitor, who is the DH today for the Legends. Joe Williams with the pitch. Molitor sends this one out into right field. Cobb's chasing back after it, and he will make the catch. Retires Molitor, so we've got one away. And here is one of my favorite players, being a Tiger fan, Sweet Lou Whitaker. Bounces it down to first. Giambi looks like he has it, steps on the bag, and we get the out. So 2 away. Here's Willie Cam. Let's look a little bit into Willie Cam. He is a third baseman based on his 1928 season for the White Sox. We look at fielding. He's a 7 rated third baseman, and he bats over 300, 115 OPS. Willie can. Cyclone Joe Williams delivers it, and he walks him on a full count pitch. And here is Buck Jordan. The pitch grounded to Valdez, makes a great play, fires over to get the third out of the inning. And here we go after 2 complete, still a scoreless, hitless game. I didn't get to see all the game earlier because I was chatting with my wife. It was interesting, but I was watching that game go by and I kept seeing Gibson like striking out a lot. Who was I playing? Oh, I was playing Todd's team. And I thought, man, Gibson looks good. And then I'm like, man, how can you pitch a game that great? What a poor hitting exhibition my team put up. Here's Willie Randolph. Oh, first hit of the game as he sends this into left field. He singles. He's aboard now. And he's showing a 73% steal percentage. Let's throw over there. Here's the pitch. Oh, he's going. Randolph goes. Ty Cobb. Looks like they had the hit and run on. Sends a ball deep out into center field. Cy Seymour makes the catch. And we have the first out. Randolph's still at first. And hot dogs are available, as you can hear. Yeah, I mean, Aaron, I could slow down. I don't know. When I was watching it, I couldn't hear the audio, but I kept looking. I thought my phone was frozen because I don't know if there was some great conversation that Beatles was having with everybody on there, but it was funny because I was like, hey, is my phone frozen? So everybody must have been chatting or doing whatever. So here's Ginger Beaumont, left-handed batter. Oh, Radburn's throwing over there to keep him close. And he steals. Headed down. Trammell, not in time with the tag, and that'll be a stolen base for Willie Randolph, moving him into scoring position. Beaumont sends this ball out to center field. Seymour has it. Randolph thinks about it, but stays at second. So we got 2 away. Runner in scoring position, and Eddie Matthews up. Eddie Matthews struck out in the first on a wild pitch. And he strikes out again. So here come the Lexington Legends with the catcher today, Jason Kendall, Pittsburgh Pirate. Here's the pitch to Kendall. Kendall sends this one. Looks like it's well hit. Cobb out in right field, tracks it down, and we have the first out. Comes center fielder Cy Seymour. Let's take a look at his card. Based on the 1905 Palace of the, what is it? Palace of the whatever. You Red fans, I believe. Yeah, if all, Cy Young could pitch in short turnaround time too, but I don't think MV was happy because Cy Young is not even in our league. In the major leagues, he's down at the AAA level. He did not have a great. Oh yeah, Palace of the Fans. Thanks, Beatles. Here's Joe Williams. Boom! Cy Seymour strikes one down into the right field line, hits the wall. Looks like Cobb's chasing after it. It's going to make a throw. Seymour is into second with a double. So we got 1 away. Dusty Miller steps up to the plate. Dusty Miller flied out deep to center in his last at-bat. I'm looking at Dusty's picture. Maybe I could have touched up his face a little bit. Here's the pitch to Miller. Ground ball. Valdez has it. Is it in time? Beats the throw, Dusty Miller does, and he is safe with an infield hit. So we've got runners at first and second for Alan Trammell. Here's the pitch, and he walks in. So we've got bases loaded now. So Maybe I'll pause for a moment. We can soak all this in. We've got a tense situation. No runs yet. One out. Lance Berkman, the biggest power hitter for the Legends, steps up to the plate. And here's the pitch. He walks him. Walks in a run with the bases loaded, and we broke the ice here, and Lexington goes ahead 1-0. Cyclone Joe looking for a ground ball double play right here. Paul Molitor gets the bat on the ball, sends it out into deep left field. Probably get the run home. Alvarez makes the catch. Miller's going to tag and no throw, and we've got a 2-0 ball game here. So no, I know the owner, Aaron Reed, sitting in his luxury box, is enjoying this right now. Sweet Lou Whitaker steps up with 2 away. And strikes out. So could have been more damage, but gets out of the inning. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. And after 3, we've got a 2-0 Lexington lead. So here's old Haas. Now let's take a look at Haas's card again. It's a little astounding. In real life, what did he do this year? This would be 1884 playing on, it wasn't even in a park. They were just playing out on Messer Street. Sounds great, right? So let's look at this. He faced 2,672 batters. He pitched 678 innings. Unbelievable. It was 59-12. And, wow, crazy. Started 73 games. Incredible. Here we go. Bambino sends this one. Oh, looks like Radburn, nifty glove work, snags that ball and loose out. So we've got 1 away, and the catcher, Jorge Posada, stepping up. Posada, he's out. 2 away for Yordan Alvarez. Flied out to deep right in his last at-bat. And here we go. Alvarez sends this ball deep, 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 deep. And it's out of here to the deepest part of the Polo Grounds. That was a monster shot. We got a 2-1 ball game. Another power hitter, Giambi, steps in. And he sends one, but Radburn, nifty glove work, gets 2 of the outs this inning. And that'll end it. Little damage. We've got a 2-1 game here. And here's Willie Cam stepping up, the third baseman for Lexington. Wow, that sounded crazy. What happened? High hopper. Matthews cuts it off and collided with Williams. And that's a base hit. I don't know what just happened, but it sounded like somebody got tackled in a football game. Willie Cam is aboard. Buck Jordan stepping up, playing first base, left-handed batter. And he sends a single into right field. Cam rounding second, going to hold up. Cobb gets the throw in pretty quick, and we've got runners at first and second. Nobody out. And Jason Kendall stepping up. So it looks like Aaron Reed and the Lexington Legends are threatening again here in the bottom of the 4th. Williams strikes him out. Williams getting close. He's got 79 pitches he's already thrown, and we're here in the bottom of the 4th. Cy Seymour, the leadoff hitter playing center, is up. And let's take a look at Cy in this league. 1905, right? Palace of the Fans. 377 average. This is one thing to look at that is really incredible here is his OPS, okay, is 204. And then it'll monitor that throughout the replay. So this is based on his park adjustments there and all that. That's monster. I mean, who knew Cy Seymour would have that kind of power in this league? Look, $16 million value. So that's pretty impressive. Seymour puts the bat on the ball, sends it to the center fielder, Ginger Beaumont, who's going to make an easy play out of it for the second out. Will there be a tag? Nope. Cam will stay at second. And yeah, Williams is playing with fire. And here's Dusty Miller. Miller strikes out. So Williams settles down a little bit, gets out of a jam. No runs given up. Gave up 2 hits, though. And after 4, we've got a 2-1 Lexington lead over Badlands. Old Haas only thrown 53 pitches. He's been pretty efficient. Valdez sends a single into right field to start the inning off right, and he's aboard for Willie Randolph, whose nickname is, does anybody know? Willie Randolph. So let's take a look here. Radbourne throwing over. He's trying to keep Valdez close. And Randolph strikes out. The answer to that trivia question, folks, is Mickey. Willie Randolph's nickname is Mickey. Here is Ty Cobb, also known as the Georgia Peach. Not one of his greatest years, right? But he's still a 350 average and a 168 OPS and stealing 49 bases, so it's still Ty Cobb. Here's the pitch from Radbourne. And the throw down. Ooh, Valdez tries to swipe a base and is thrown out by Jason Kendall. We got 2 away. Might see a lot of aggressive base running here and some chances being taken in a tight game like this, so will be fun to see. Here is the Georgia Peach. He's lined out and flown out, 0 for 2 on the day. Pitch to Cobb. This is going to be a single out into center field. Ooh, poor play made in the outfield. Lets Cobb take second base on this. And got a runner in scoring position with 2 away for Ginger Beaumont. Let's see if these Badlands Sentimentals can do something. And old Hoss Radbourne, when they need it, delivers a huge strikeout to stop the threat and end the inning. And here we go with Alan Trammell stepping in for Aaron Reed and team. And he's walked twice in both his at-bats. The pitch to Trammell. Trammell puts it on the ground. Valdez, the shortstop, has it. Makes a throw over to Giambi, and it's in time. 1 away. Lance Berkman. Let's take a look at Lance's card. Highlight some of these players today. Known as the Big Puma. His stats are based out of 2004 Minute Maid Park, and if you look here, he's got a 157 OPS and got some good pop in the bat. He's leading this team as far as home run power with 30. So Cyclone Joe, he's up to 93 pitches now. He delivers to Berkman. Berkman draws a walk. Aaron, I hope we all learn a lot as this league goes, right? Because one of the things I've done is gone through a lot of the teams and made sure that we got any known correct nicknames from Baseball Reference on these files. So hopefully, like always, we're always going to learn something as we go through this, something we didn't know before. The other thing, I'm going to stop here and take a Beatles moment here and get a little bit sentimental about this stuff, since I am playing the sentimentals, is I'm finding this super refreshing for an all-time greats league because of this. You know, I know some people look at, oh, you don't want to mix all these players. I just think it's so, the variety is endless with this. The uniqueness of all these teams. I mean, look who's on the field. You've got Eddie Matthews, Jordan Alvarez, who from last year, right? We got Cyclone Joe Williams from the Negro Leagues, Paul Molitor. We got Ty Cobb out and right. So it's just been a fun playing the few exhibition games I've done, and then today watching this league get kicked off. It's just, to me, it's just still the coolest idea for a league, and it's just fun seeing all these players in action. All right, so Cyclone Joe delivers to Paul Molitor. Paul Molitor lines it right to Valdez, who makes a catch for the second out. Paul Molitor's, let's pull up Paul Molitor. He's known as the Igniter. And this is the Paul Molitor, not from the Brewer years, but from 1993 when he was on that Toronto team. A 128 OPS, 332 average. So here is Sweet Lou, grounded out and struck out. The pitch, he sends this one out into center field, in for a base hit. Berkman makes the turn. There won't be a throw, and he's in safe at third base. So we got runners at the corners. And here's Willie Cam. Walked and singled. Here's what I like. Singled on an infield collision. I don't know if you see that very often in the scoring column, but this is the other brilliance of having a computer engine like Action be able to generate all of the variety of things that could pop up, even if it's a 1 in a million, that you may not be able to completely replicate if you're limiting yourself to so many sides of a die or whatever. So anyway, pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So here's Willie Cam, 2 outs, and he sends this one. Looks like it's hard hit. Alvarez going back. Back. Oh, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So great game as we've gone through 5 complete. Lexington 2, Badlands 1. Got a hell of a. What I'm noticing is we're having some really good pitcher duels with the starting pitching. The game that Beatles played that where my team and Todd's were involved, that was some great pitching going on. And got some decent pitching going on here. So here's Old Hoss. Eddie Matthews, that sounded hard hit. Oh, yes, and it was. See ya. See ya. And just like that, we got a 2-2 game. I know Aaron didn't like the sound of that. You could hear it when it came off the bat. Eddie Matthews delivers, and we're tied up. Doesn't get any easier as the great Babe Ruth steps in with nobody out. What's Ruth done today? He's flied out and lined to the pitcher. Pitch to Ruth. Ruth hits one to right field. Miller's not moving. It's going right to him. Looks like he stands there and makes an easy. Yeah, it was destroyed, Aaron. I mean, it's just the sound it made was like, wow. 1 away. Jorge Posada up. He's struck out and flown out. And he sends this ball out to center field. Cy Seymour has a beat on it and makes the catch for the second out. Here's Yordan Alvarez. Hit that solo homer to right center. The pitch. And he strikes out. So still a 2-2 ball game. We've got Joe Williams at a 104. So I'm going to watch him for the sentimentals because what I've noticed is even if the pitchers aren't doing great, unless we go in and set up a specific thing to say, hey, well, I want all our pitchers to be pulled after a certain amount of runs given up, the computer manager, if we don't do something like the computer manager is going to look at this, like what their estimated pitch count is, and not really care about it till they get in the red or at that number. So I think that's good information for all of us to really think about. Do we want some global settings as a manager to say, hey, I don't want any starter to stay in there after they've given up 6 or 7 or whatever it might be. So that's something for us to think about. Here is Buck Jordan. And he sends this one out to right field, and Cobb makes the catch. Buck Jordan, some of you may not have heard of him, not to be confused with Buck Naked. They are 2 completely different people. So Jason Kendall steps in. Kendall has flown out and struck out. 1 away. And Kendall grounds this one down to Valdez, picks it up, tosses it over to Giambi, and we've got 2 away. So here's Cy Seymour. Got some really good OPS numbers. He is 1 for 3 today. He doubled in the third, flied out in his last at-bat. The pitch. Seymour sends this one out to deep center. Beaumont's going back into the concession area, and he makes the catch. So we're out of here after 6. Badlands 2, Lexington 2. Jason Giambi steps up. He's walked and grounded to the pitcher. The pitch. Giambi hits this one. Miller looks like he's tracking it down out into right field. Makes the catch. Got one away. So let's look at Radbourne's only thrown 83 pitches here, and we are in the 7th inning. Fairly efficient. Regilio Valdez from the Negro Leagues, a Cuban player. He puts the bat on the ball, out to Berkman, waiting for it. Looks like an easy play. He makes the catch out into left field, so we got 2 down. And here comes Willie Randolph. Let's stop for a moment and take a look at Willie Randolph. Based on a 1980 season, good season for him. 294 hitter. What is his fielding range? He's a good glove. Is he an 8? Oh, he's a 7 this season. Above average. Got some speed. He can steal some bases. Willie Randolph. Here's the pitch. Randolph sends this ball out to left field with a base hit. He's aboard. 2 away. Here comes Ty Cobb. The Georgia Peach today. He's 1 for 3. He had a double in his last at-bat in the 5th inning. Looking to break this tie. Pitch. And Cobb strikes out. It says Williams is strong as he comes to take the mound here. Let's see if we've got... It's funny, that was just very faint. I could barely hear that 7th inning stretch song, so don't know why that is. So here's Miller, Dusty Miller at bat. Boom! On the ground to Randolph. Makes a quick throw over, plenty of time, and gets the out. Here comes Alan Trammell back to the mound. What's he done? He's got 2 walks today. No hits yet. Pitch to Trammell. Trammell on the ground with Williams. Decent range. Gets that ball, fires it over, and gets the out. So we got 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. And here's the hard-hitting Lance Berkman. He's walked twice today. Berkman strikes out. So it looks like the pitchers have kind of settled in. 2-2 game, and we move to the top of the 8th. And here come the Badlands. The Sentimentals with Ginger Beaumont. Oh, lines it right to the first baseman, Buck Jordan, for the first out, and Eddie Matthews steps up. Struck out his first 2 times, but then he blasted one down the right field line. Solo shot back in the 6th inning. Let's take a look at Eddie Matthews' card, known as the Brookfield Bomber. 1957 season, 292 hitter, 32 home runs. Look at the fielding. He's an average 3rd baseman, and he's a Hall of Famer. Old Hoss Radbourne isn't intimidated. He delivers the pitch. Matthews makes contact, puts this out into right field, and he's aboard with a 1-out single. Babe Ruth stepping up. Take a look at Ruth as well. Not Ruth's best year. However, it's still a pretty darn good one, right? 373. He's got a 210 OPS. So maybe there's 3 seasons out there or so that are better than this, but this would be one that if you have the chance to grab him, I can see why they drafted him right here, right? Today, in our game, he's playing DH. He's 0 for 3. And here's the pitch. Oh, Ruth puts the bat on the ball. This one's getting high into right field. What's going on? On the warning track, Miller gets it. Thought that might have been out of here. World's Worst Gamer was calling a shot here. I think we saw Ruth pointing into the stands, but I think he was just trying to flag down that hot dog vendor. So here's Matthews at first base. Posada up to the plate. And here's the pitch from Radbourne. On the ground to Trammell. makes a great play, throws it in time, and gets Posada by a step. Inning is over. Still 2-2 game. Going to the bottom of the eighth. Williams is appearing strong. I'm going to take a look right now at the bench here. Sometimes you got to say display starters too. We can see everybody because sometimes the starters. Just looking at options here in case I've got to make a command decision for their bullpen. He's got some lefties and righties we could go with, so. The pitch to Molitor. Molitor sends this one to the opposite field. Here's Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb rated 9 out there. Great hitter, good range out there. We've got one away. Sweet Lou, 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. Lou Whitaker. Ooh, looks like this is headed down the foul line into the stands. So here's Whitaker again. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And Whitaker gets the bat on the ball this time out into right field. Cobb standing still right at him. Makes the catch. 2 away for Willie Cam. What's Cam done today? He's got a single and he's walked. Playing third base. And he puts this on the ground. Giambi coming in. Makes the play himself. Takes it. Steps on the bag. And we are out of that inning. So we're headed to the 9th inning. 2-2 ball game. Remind me, Clue and World's Worst Beatles, I think we had 1 extra inning game earlier. When I think MV had the extra inning one that World's Worst Gamer was involved in, but I think we've only had 1 extra inning game so far. Today, here's Yordan Alvarez. Radburn is strong. Alvarez sends this ball out into right field. Lands in front of Miller, so we've got Alvarez on board with the single. Take a look at Alvarez. I'm coaching for PQ. It's like, oof. 9th inning. What do you guys think? See what you think. My gut's telling me, do I sub Yordan and try to get a speedier runner out there? Who do we have? You don't want to put Strawberry in the run per se. Well, I'm not playing small ball, but I think I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to get Ducky Holmes with those stolen bases, I think. Going to bring Ducky Holmes in to run. Got Giambi up. Jason Giambi's up at the plate. And what do we got for Giambi? Is this the guy I really want up here? Let's see what kind of options we got. Giambi with a 20% over here. Yeah, he's probably the best one at getting the hit. We got 0 out, but it makes me wonder, who do I have that could... Do I go small ball? Do we have somebody on this team? Oh, we've got Scott Brocious, who's a 9-bunter. Do we come in and try to bunt that speedy runner over into scoring position? That's what my gut's telling me. Do I try to get small and get that run with 0 out? I'm going to do it. So we'll do the computer to pitch, and then I'm going to sack bunt. He's going to throw over. Oh, forget it. Oh my gosh. I bring in the guy to bunt him over, and the guy gets himself leaning and picked off. So, Aaron, you've got to take your buddy Hoss Radburn out for a beer here after the game, because that was a great move. He helped himself out. What a strategy rabbit hole I just went down there. So here's Scott Brocious up. And he sends a little dribbler down the first base line. It's bouncing all over the place. Jordan's got it. So Radbourne covering, and we've got 2 away. for Rogelio Valdez. Puts this little dribbler on the ground. Sweet Lou makes the play in time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Aaron, I'll just start slowing down now that we're in the ninth here, just to make sure that I give you some time before I respond here. 2-2 game, and it's your bottom of the ninth at bat. So if you want to sub for anybody or do anything like that, happy to slow down here for you. Oh, I better get all my ridiculous moves that I made over here. I'm going to bring Pepitone in, the 10 at first base. And who have we got to go out into left field? Who's shortstop can I play? I can move Valdez to left field. Who else can I play? Aaron, you've got Buck Jordan, left-hander, up, followed by, he's your eighth hitter, followed by the catcher, Jason Kendall, will bat second, right-hander, and then it goes back to the top of the order with the lefty Cy Seymour. And let's take a look. Buck Jordan, your lefty's up. He's a 28% chance for a hit. And if I look at your bench, there's nobody you have on your bench that should pinch hit for him. I can just tell you that right now. Let me know if you're good. Yeah, Buck Jordan on the probability chart here is 28% for a hit. Your next closest guy is like 20. And you've got a lefty. Yeah, okay. Let's let Jordan. I'll take a look at. Yeah, we might see him. World's worst. Here's Buck Jordan. Buck Jordan pops one up right behind. I don't know if it's going to stay in play or get out of play. Jorge Posada. Backing up, backing up, backing up. Oh, it's in the stands for a foul ball. The pitch to Jordan. Jordan grounds it. Pepitone, the Gold Glover at first, makes that play, and we got one away. So now we've got Jason Kendall, the righty, up, and if we look at options for him, he's a 20.9% chance to get a hit. If you pinch hit for him, you could put in Terry Steinbach. He's going to be a 22%. So you're going to get a 1% increase if you want to pinch hit and bring Steinbach in. Now, he can also play catcher if it goes any deeper and replace him with that. And there's always Dion hanging around. Just saying. Steinbach has got, versus righty, his OPS is 757. Yep. So do you want me to go? I'm going to bring Steinbach in for you. I agree with you. He's your highest percentage hitter right here. So we'll go with percentages, and he'll come in for Kendall. So your 20.9 chance, just bumped up to 22.0 with Steinbach in. So here's the pitch. Steinbach sends this ball out deep center field. Beaumont going back, and he's deep and makes the catch. So we've got two away. Yeah, we're not going to sub your leadoff hitter. Trust me, Aaron, because he's a 31% chance to get a hit right now, and you don't have anybody anywhere close to that quality left. So here's Joe Williams, about ready to hit his limit. And here's the pitch to see if we go into extra innings, and it's a strikeout. And we are going to extra innings, folks. what an opening day, right? Couple extra inning games. This is a tight one right here. Now we can get Steinbeck in for you as your catcher. And here we go. We've got Radbourne in. He's got 122 pitches. He's estimated that he can throw 140. So Aaron, what's your thoughts? We let old Haas keep chugging away, or do we go to the bullpen? I'll give you a second to give me a motion to keep Haas in or yank him. I know what World's Worst would do in this situation. He's a guy like me where I go when I'm in doubt until he lets a runner on. Then I pull.
Hot dog here, hot dog. Call Russell, hot dog.
Last call on hot
Russell
dogs.
dogs, hot dog.
Yeah, eventually. So, Aaron, here's a thought. I'll pitch as soon as he does something other than get an out. Maybe we'll stop and go through some of the options you've got. Randolph in for the Sentimentals. Here's the pitch to Willie Randolph. He sends a shot out to center field. Seymour coming in on that and makes the catch. So we've got one away. Old Haas still looking good, and he is facing Ty Cobb. Cobb has doubled once. It's 1 for 4 on the day. Cobb sends this one hard hit out into right field, and he's aboard with a single. So now Aaron, what do you want to think? We got Radbourne's at 129 pitches now. He's facing Ginger Beaumont, a lefty. 23% hit chance, and if we look at your relievers, don't want to waste your starters. We look at relievers. Ooh, you got Trevor Hoffman that's a shutdown artist, so he would take the 23% hit chance down to only 16. Pull him. Okay, who do we want to bring in your reliever? Since your reliever Hoffman is by far your biggest shutdown guy. Terry Fox might be your next, or Virgil Trucks could come in and do some relief. Even George Earnshaw. Just don't know if you want to go with a full-blown closer yet with Trevor Hoffman, but he does have the best numbers to shut down the batters he's going to face. Do you want the closer in Hoffman, or do we go with somebody next, like a Terry Fox or George Earnshaw? Yeah, I agree. Why save him? There may not be a chance. So let's bring Hoffman in. And now that hit percentage went down to 16. So Hoffman, I agree with you. Let's play for the win. Let's look at Hoffman's card. 190 ERA plus. He's just great whip. High strikeout, 111 strikeouts and 88 innings pitched. So it's a good closer. So here is Beaumont stepping in. Yes, we know there's a new pitcher. And Ty Cobb is on first. Let's go with the hit and run at this point. Oh, Cobb was running on the hit and run. Beaumont pulled it foul, and now we have one strike. And Cobb's off on the steal, and he just gets in. Steals second. Steinbeck's throw was close, but not in time. And we've got one out. Ty Cobb on second. Ginger Beaumont at that. Beaumont, little dribbler to Willie Cam at third. Fires across the diamond. Oh, he gets him in time. Cobb moves on to third. We've got two away here in the top of the 10th inning. And Eddie Matthews up. Eddie Matthews has struck out a couple times. He's got 2 hits. They had that home run early on. So here is Hoffman. Here's the pitch. Matthews walks. So we've got runners at the corners. 2 away. And it's a Trevor Hoffman against the Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth. Here's the pitch. Ruth whiffs. So Trevor Hoffman comes in, makes it a little cardiac sensitive, but hey, we're out of it. And here's Joe Williams, who is tired. He's in the red. Yeah, really, it's a pretty good one. Hey, Hoffman was a good move because I don't know how much gas he's got left to go into the next inning, but it has sucked if you would have given up like a run saving that guy. So he's got you in the game right now. Let's take a look at Williams, who needs to come out. What options we have for who's coming up here. So coming up for Lexington, we got Trammell, Berkman. Not a ton of, I would say there's really no specific relievers on this team. Lady Baldwin's there, but he's going to be probably spot starting. John Candelaria might be the one that we go with right here. I'm going to bring Candelaria in. Left-handed pitcher. So now realize this, Aaron, your team is facing a lefty, and I've got Dusty Miller up against Candelaria with only a 12% hit chance. But then again, we might... What's Miller play, right field? I don't know if this is where you bring in Dion or Glenn Hubbard, because there's some right-handed batters that have better percentage against this lefty Candelaria versus Dusty Miller, who's up there. So you've got Dusty Miller followed by Trammell and then Berkman. So don't know. I'm going to pause here for a minute. If you want me to pull the lefty, yeah, Miller is an outfielder. He's playing right field for you today. So let me know if you want him to bat or you want me to pull him for a right-handed pinch hitter. Yep, I do too. And I'm going to tell you, when we go to Miller, the ones that look good right here is Oliver Marcel. You got Glenn Hubbard, Marcel, and Zach Cozart. The best hit percentage is Marcel at 27.9 and Glenn Hubbard at 25. So if it was me, I'd go with one of those two. OB, average versus left. Marcel it is. Oliver Marcel coming in the pinch hit. I think he's known as, let's take a look at him, the Ghost. He is from 1924 out of the Negro League file, Oliver Marcel. And here's the pitch from the Candyman. Marcel sends this one down the left field line. I don't know if it's going to stay fair. That one's going to get out into the stands for a foul ball. 2-strike count. Here is Marcel. Marcel puts this on the ground to Matthews. Makes the throw. It's in time. So we've got one away here. Alan Trammell at the plate. Wow, he's got a really high probability to get a hit on Candelaria at 36%. And he does get a hit. Sends that out to Gallo in left field. So Trammell's aboard with a one-out single. And Lance Berkman steps to the plate. Lance Berkman, the benefit of having a switch hitter. And you got it. Yeah, Allen's in. He's on. We've got Alan Trammell at first. You got one out. You got Lance Berkman up, your power hitter. So I don't know if you want to do anything hit and run. If you want to try to steal with Trammell or do anything, let me know. Yeah, Berkman could send it to the moon. So I'll pause here, Aaron. If you want me to just let Berkman hit away, or you want to try to do something with Trammell and get him running or steal or anything, let me know. Perfect. So we will go pitch. Well, I'll say computer, right? Computer is the first one. And then, so the computer can determine this and not me. And then we'll go straight steal. Here's the run. He's going now. Ooh, he's in safe, Aaron. You got made a good call. So you got a runner in scoring position now for Berkman. So here's Berkman. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. Berkman puts it on the ground. Valdez makes it. Long throw to first. He's got him in time. Trammell stays at second. We've got 2 away, and Paul Molitor steps up. I'm going to take a peek here at Candelaria. Oh yeah, on the steal, world's worst. I noticed that. That's why I just let the computer figure out if they were going to pick off, throw, or do anything. You know what? I'm just feeling like I'm going to try to pitch around with him. And here's a fly ball. Oh, Valdez! Thought that was going up the middle. And Valdez makes a diving catch to retire it. And we are now headed to the top of the 11th inning. Can you believe this? And Hoffman's still on the mound, only thrown 15 pitches. He can throw 30 before he gets tired. So, Aaron, do we keep Hoffman in or do we get somebody else in? He's good for another probably inning or 15 pitches at least before he's going to get tired. He's facing Jorge Posada, Joe Pepitone, and Gallo from the Badlands team. Yeah, that move Valdez made saved the game because that was going to go up the middle, Worlds. That was definitely going to be a single that brought that run home. You could just tell the way it was going. That's the benefit of having somebody with range like that. Perfect. Sounds good, Aaron. We'll go that way. So here we go. Hoffman with the pitch. Posada hits this one hard. Ty Cobb drifting back, and he makes the catch. Oh, what happened there? Off the wall. Cobb couldn't get it, and Posada is in at second base, and with a stand-up double. Look at the replay. Off the wall, Posada with a stand-up double. There we go. So here's Joe Pepitone. The pitch. Pepitone sends this one way deep. It's back in that crevice, back in center field. Cy Seymour makes the catch. He's tagging. Posada makes it to third base. And we've got 1 out and a runner on third. And Joey Gallo step into the plate, and his hit percentage is 8. That's pretty shitty. So let me see what kind of a runner. We've got Posada. He's definitely not a speedy runner. At least get a better runner in. Not a whole lot. We've got Darryl Strawberry, but I might want to pinch hit for him. So here's what we'll do. We'll just leave Posada there on third. Oh my gosh, did Cobb get hurt out there? What happened? Missing fielder. Wow, we got to get somebody in the outfield for it. It looks like Dion's going to have to come in and play right field. Or do we move? Well, we'll have to do that one. Cobb must have been hurt on that play. So bad news, Aaron. Cobb, when he banged into the wall, is injured and out. And now Dion Sanders is out in right field for you. And you've got 1 out. Posada is on third base, and Joey Gallo is the batter. So let me know if you want to keep Hoffman in, or you want to go to another pitcher. wait for the call from the dugout. I'm going to take a look at what options. I think Hoffman will be okay. Yep. What's Gallo got in here? Joey Gallo. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pinch hit. This hit percentage of 8 is horrible. I'm going to bring in Alvin Dark. He's got at least a better hit percentage chance for poor PQ. I don't want him to just lay down and die here. So here's Alvin Dark in against Hoffman. Runner at third. Do you want to bring the infield in at third or anything like that, Aaron? Let me stop and ask that question. With one out, you may want to go for the batter, but let me know how you'd like to play the infield with that go-ahead run on third. I'll give you a minute to figure that out. Infield in, you got it. In, and they are in. So here's the pitch to Alvin Dark. Oh, Steinbeck going out to talk to Hoffman. Don't want to get crossed up on the signs. Here's the pitch. Dark sends this one, and it's out into center field, and that will score Posada. And the score is now 3-2 Badlands. They take a lead here in the top of the 11th. Hoffman's still on the mound. He's thrown 29 pitches. He's estimated at about 30. So I'm going to stop for a minute here and see if you want to let Hoffman try to get another out or what you'd like to do with him. Polling. Here's your options. Aaron, you're probably your next best pitcher is Dick Ellsworth. Well, no, he doesn't relieve. He's just pretty much a starter. So let me drop. Here's what I'll say. Terry Fox is probably the best option right now as far as a reliever. Next probably is Virgil Trucks, George Earnshaw. You've got Satchel Paige you could always bring in as a reliever. So let me know any of those. Going with Fox. It's a good choice. So Terry Fox steps in. Virgilio Valdez playing shortstop today. I think it's time to get Valdez. Well, you know what? He's played a great glove. Let's just keep things going the way they are. Here's the pitch from Fox. Valdez puts it on the ground. Whitaker might turn two. He gets it to second. Trammell. Oh, not in time. The great double play combo of Whitaker and Trammell could not pull it off. So we got two away. Valdez on first and Willie Randolph up. Fox thrown over to make sure Valdez stays close. He takes off the throw, and Valdez steals second base. So we've got another runner in scoring position, 2 out. Fox delivering to Willie Randolph. Randolph walks. Wow. Will this inning ever end? Let's see. Terry Fox stepping in. Ty Cobb at the plate. Cobb lined a single his last time up. Here's the pitch. Cobb sends this one out to left field. Berkman headed towards the ball. It looks like he makes the catch. And we have the last out of the inning. So let's head on over here and figure out who we put into the left field. I'm going to say Strawberry for Dark, and here we go. Yeah, am I having a deja vu here with Cobb getting injured? Hmm. Yeah, something seems a little odd here, so let me go and look at the. It's crazy. I must be seeing things. Lou Whitaker up, lefty on lefty for you, and I've got Candelaria in there, so I'm going to keep him in. Whitaker sends this ball out to right field, and it's going way back, and Lou Whitaker ties this game up and launches one to right field, and we're tied, folks, in the bottom of the 11th, 3-3. And here comes Willie Cam. I think it's time to see Candelaria go. Mm-hmm. Mm. Sweet Lou pulled it out. That's gone. Now let me see. Now let me just stick with Candelaria here for a moment. Candyman pitches to Willie Cam. Cam fouls that one back. And Cam sends a single out past Pepitone out to the wall. Cobb chasing it down. Throws it into second base. And Cam is in for a double. No outs. And we've got Buck Jordan, the left-handed hitter. Candelaria to Jordan. Jordan sends this one out to center field. They're going to make the catch. And he's out. I did put him into right, but now I'm remembering it wasn't for Cobb. It was for somebody else because Cobb isn't on Aaron's team. So if I go to Lexington, yeah, Sanders is in the lineup and he is in right field. I was confused when I was talking about it because Cobb never was out of the game. We had to replace the right fielder for Aaron's team. So here is Steinbeck up to Candelaria. The pitch. Steinbeck sends this out to Strawberry, who's playing left, and makes the catch. And we've got two away. And Cy Seymour. Oh! Candelaria trying to fire it back to second and get Cam napping. Doesn't work. So here's the pitch from Candelaria. Seymour sends this into left field. This could score the winning run. It's going back to the wall. Cam is going to make the turn at third. Here's Strawberry. Doesn't even have time to get the throw in. And Cam scores, and Lexington with the walk-off win on a single from Seymour, where he only had a 17% chance against the lefty. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I know what happened. Nobody got hurt. Miller, remember we pinch hit for the right fielder, and Marcel was the pinch hitter. And then when we flipped the inning over, it was blank, and we had to fill the slot. I was saying that I thought Cobb got hurt on the play before, and I didn't even snap that Cobb isn't even on Lexington's team. He's on the other dang team. So that's what happened. That's why when we flipped the inning, the green box was open because Miller was pulled for Marcel. Yeah, it was a great game. Now it makes sense. Let's take a look at this. Wow, what a grueling game here. Hell of a duel. Home runs by Eddie Matthews and Alvarez. Home run by Lou Whitaker. Yeah, beers on you, right, Aaron? You bet, man. Whitaker, and I got to say, Old Hoss Radborn really pitched a great game for you early on. So look at the pitching numbers here. Um, this is awesome. I mean, just great starting pitching, right? I mean, gave up 2 runs. Both of them went 9 innings and only gave up 2 earned runs. So pitchers did their job for sure. Hoffman did a nice job that 1 inning, but they got to him. But that didn't matter. Fox comes in, grabs the win, pitches 2/3. See who our MVP, Old Hoss Radborn. Some of our featured players up at the top, which is always cool on the end of game. Not a good, yeah, really. The Bambino, when he could have made a big deal, Hoffman really struck him out. Little nice recap of the game. Yeah, I thought I was going to come on here and spend about 45 minutes, run a quick game, say goodnight. Man, we've been going an hour and 30 plus. Yeah, you know what? World's worst. That's true. When I'm looking at this team, I'm like, man, there's no real bullpen. And then I thought, well, I don't want to waste one of his starters for a couple innings when I've got Candelaria where they're not going to be really any more uh, valuable, right? And then he had a good matchup, lefty on lefty, 17% hit chance for Seymour. And guess what? He just came through in the clutch. So cool, cool, cool. I think what I will do, um, I don't know who, I don't know if MV might want to play. So what I may do is in the morning send a brand new file out because I'm thinking I could export the game. I could always just do this, the latest game, because everybody has those, right? So let me export just the one that I played, which is this one. Um, I'm just going to call it this will put it into my main folder. I'm just selecting this game. I don't have to bring them all out, just this one. And let's drop it right there. Then I should be able to share with whoever wants to grab it and pull it and just export that one game into their file. So that way, if anybody wants to grab it, we got it. I'm going to go to rosters. Which one am I going to go to here? Yeah, I guess I could just put it here. So I'm going to go. This would be my, what did I call it? Oh, Badlands at Lexington 412 box. Oh, already got it. So I'm going to say cool. And now we've got everything. Oh, what am I doing here? Lexington. And away we go. So now there's that, like Beatles. If you wanted to drop that, you could grab it and just anybody add that. So if anybody had the older file or whoever MV, they can grab the games that Beatles played, load them in. And I think Beatles had all of the games kind of summed up there. And then they can just add this one as well and bring that game in. And now we can see the standings here. Let's go to that scheduled game screen. We can see some of the highlights on April 6th. We can go back to the 5th. We have any highlights from April 5th? No real highlights there. Salt Lake with the 1-0 record right here. And here's the games from April 6th. So what will we have in store for the following day? Well, we've got these teams playing each other still. I don't know if they're a combination of 2, 3, and 4 game sets, but we will see on the 7th. We're going to see, well, I guess 4 games. We're going to get to see Salt Lake and Dutch, Big Clue and Beatles again. We can see the anticipated pitchers for those games. Looks like I got, oh, this ought to be a good one. I've got Koufax going against Verlander, so that'll be fun. Should be a fun game. So we'll see who grabs the file first tomorrow. I may have some time during the day. So MV may grab the file in the morning and get a couple of these games going, and then I'll try to maybe pop in and get some going as well tomorrow. So fun stuff there. So thanks everybody for joining. We've had some great games today. Like if we go back and look at, let me go back and look at that schedule. Yeah, I know games have already been played. Let's take a look at the games here. So we had, look at this, we had an 11 and a 12 inning game. We had Sarnia and Ocean State. That's the one I was talking about earlier. So of the 5 games played, the first one we had just went standard, right? So we had a 4-1 game, 7-3, 4-3, 4-3, 4-3, and 1-0. We had some really close games. Close games. So, um, hey, we're just starting, but I'm already having fun. It's going to be fun just to follow along. So many things can happen. I think, is there a league injury report? I don't think we have anybody. We can look at current injuries or injury history. And we just, the only history, anything we've had that's meant anything is one injury so far where Gary Carter missed 1 game and he was ready to go the next day. But this is kind of a cool thing. If we have injuries, we can track like current ones and see history of everybody that got hurt. Um, but yeah, fun stuff. So I'm gonna head off to bed. Everybody have a great evening, and we'll be back at it tomorrow between Beatles and MV and I. We're gonna get this whole sharing stuff down. But the other thing I may be doing tomorrow is to try to get everybody. Once we get all these names on here, right, and get them right, um, tomorrow or the next day, I'll send a new file out with some updated logos and where the team names are right. So that way everybody's got a kind of a all that information as correct as it can be. So if you haven't, work on your manager files, figure out who you want active, all that stuff line up. So we've got that ready to go and look forward to having fun with more games. So see everybody tomorrow, probably. Yeah, Pete Alexander against Kershaw. There's some great. This is cool too to watch upcoming games. These will be some upcoming, some good ones right here. Um, although this is a little odd because it doesn't know who we're going to play because it's interesting because it's saying Detroit Koufax against Verlander, and then on the 8th, Koufax against Verlander. Well, no, that's not going to happen. So it's probably just anticipating who that might be. But since we're not playing, we don't have them designated per game. We just have kind of a rotation. It's probably game's probably just looking at who might be a starter, but it should be some fun stuff. Um, well, let's take a look at after who is our. Well, we got some great pitchers there. I think Fouts just beat me up today. Let's take a look at snapshot. Here's our batting leaders after everybody's played a game. Buck Weaver leading the league with an 800 average, so it's always nice. Hey, Josh Gibson struck out 12 for me today in a loss. Um, that sucked. RBIs, George Foster leading the way. Home runs, a bunch of people with just one. And a lot of people that got some innings in here with no earned runs given up. So team batting, Manchester with the highest average so far. Well, only 1 game, but it'll be fun to kind of watch this snapshot of the league as we go. So looking forward to all this. And every time I say I'm going to hang up and go to bed, now I start wanting to look at numbers and everything, and it's like, oh, forget it. I just got to go to bed. But it has been a great day with a lot of baseball. So see everybody. Thanks everybody for popping in here. Games have been great. Looking forward to some more.